Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks. Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Gender and Development Studies, SOGDS, Certificate Program. Certificate Program in Gender and Science, XI. BGS 003 Socio-Political Dimensions of Gender and Science. Block-1 Women and Science Education. Unit-1 Science Literacy. 1.0 Introduction. India has made remarkable progress since independence and established the Department of Education and Literacy under the Ministry of Human Resource Development on 29 August 1947 with the objective of expanding educational facilities. The National Policy on Education, as formulated in 1968, 1986 and modified in 1992, recognizes education as a precondition for development and sets out three critical issues: equity, accessibility, and quality. The National Policy on Education, 2016, during the 12th Five-Year Plan, recognizes the value of innovation, critical thinking and skill development, and identified four essential components: building values, awareness, knowledge, and skills to enable citizens to contribute in the nation's well-being, strengthening democracy and fostering social cohesion. National Policy on Education, 2016. In conjunction with its education policy, India's Scientific Policy Resolution, SPR, of 1958 also resolves to foster, promote, and sustain the cultivation of science and scientific research in all aspects. Science, technology, and innovation have been identified as the drivers that have the potential to accelerate India's sustainable and inclusive growth. Science, Technology, and Innovation Policy, 2013. Science and technology have been an integral part of Indian civilization and culture over the past several millennia. After independence, all science and technology, SANTI, policies also emphasize and promote utilization of science for welfare of the people. However, the new India with its vibrant young populace is a country of ambition and aspiration, requiring a renewed emphasis on the integration of SANTI with society at both the institutional and individual levels. Sometimes, it is difficult to quantify the impact of science on society. Therefore, an institutional mechanism through scientific social responsibilities, SSR, policy, facilitating easy access to resources and knowledge, would be a significant step in the right direction. This will have far-reaching implications for the new initiatives such as transformation of aspirational districts, Make in India, Swachh Bharat and Digital India, leading to inclusive growth and development. The new education policy, NAP, and Science, Technology and Innovation Policy, STEP, 2020 support science literacy and communication as a part of science education. 1.1 Learning Outcomes. After reading this unit, you would be able to times understand the meaning of science literacy, times know about science communication programs at national and international levels, and times discuss future steps and the way forward for science literacy. 1.2 Science literacy. In this section, you will learn about science literacy and communication. Science literacy is knowledge of science and its framework in layman's language so people can make their decisions based on facts, research, and knowledge. Science literacy is important for masses to develop their understanding of scientific concepts, It helps them to better cope with societal problems, become better informed individuals, and make the best decisions possible with the available knowledge. Science literacy mainly stands on knowledge of the basic facts of science, scientific methodology, appreciation of the positive experimental results, and to reject superstition and unproven beliefs. There are two types of science communication: institutional communication, managed at a governmental level, and communication among the population itself by local and regional non-governmental organizations, NGOs. The Kerala Sastra Sahitya Parishad, KSSP, was the first group of science writers and people involved in activities for the diffusion of scientific culture in the 1950s. Later on, it became one of the largest and most active associations in the field of science literacy. Later in the 1980s, the People's Science Movement, PSM, was founded and renamed as the All India People's Science Network, IPSN. In the 1960s, the KSSP developed an innovative way to disseminate science among masses called Science Jatas. The Jatas were small groups of like-minded people who were determined to disseminate science literacy among masses. It involved artists, scientists, teachers, students, and unemployed youths. They traveled from village to village in a kind of procession, staging theatre shows, songs, and puppet shows, supported by the distribution of explanatory leaflets at every stop. In 1987, it achieved massive coverage in India. With the partial economic support of the Indian government, it moved in 5 different processions, comprising thousands of volunteers, covering 5,000 kilometers in 37 days. It staged shows lasting several hours in the villages of the major Indian districts and ended in a great final in the city of Bhopal, on occasion of the anniversary of the 1984 toxic gas leak that caused hundreds of victims. A similar event was repeated in 1992 by involving more than 50 Indian non-governmental associations for dissemination of the scientific knowledge. Jawaharlal Nehru, our first Prime Minister, clearly understood the importance of the diffusion of scientific knowledge. He introduced a special provision into the Indian Constitution to make it clear that it was every citizen's duty to adopt scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry. 1.3 Science and Society. In this section we shall discuss the importance of science for society. 1st March 2001, dissemination of science among masses. Communication of science to society at large is a major challenge. There are various government organizations that are responsible for the dissemination of science among the masses. They are also responsible for addressing gender issues in science through various modes. The National Council for Science and Technology Communication, NCSTC, Department of Science and Technology, DST, is a body dedicated entirely to promoting science at the national level. NCSTC offers training for expert communicators and organizes science communication events. DST is an apex nodal department of the Government of India, established in May 1971 to organize, promote and coordinate science and technology, SANTE, activities in the country. The National Council of Science Museums, NCSM, established over 25 years ago, coordinates the various regional centers dispersed around the country, 28 museums and science centers, as well as organizing traveling, exhibitions, educational activities for schools, and public communication events. The National Institute of Science, Technology and Development Studies, NISTADS, part of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, was set up in 1989 and carried out several research projects on the relationship between science and society in India. 1st March 2002 Scientific Social Responsibilities, SSR. Scientific Social Responsibility, SSR, is the confluence of scientific knowledge with visionary leadership and social conscience. SSR is about building synergies among all stakeholders in the scientific knowledge community and also about developing linkages between science and society. SSR facilitates and plays an important role in building a strong connection between science and society. One way could be through the translation of scientific knowledge in achieving social goals, which could be institutionalized through a policy on scientific social responsibility. The relationship between science and society being a two-way engagement, SSR, is not only about the scientific impact upon society but also about the social impact upon science. SSR would therefore strengthen the knowledge ecosystem and bring efficiencies in harnessing science for the benefit of society. In line with the National Policy on Scientific Social Responsibility, SSR 2020, scientists and researchers will be motivated and incentivized to engage in science communication and public engagement activities. Educational institutes and organizations will be encouraged to earmark a percentage of the allocated budget, SSR fund, for science communication and public engagement activities. Box. The main objective of SSR policy is to harness the voluntary potential that is latent in the country's scientific community to strengthen science and society linkages so as to make the science ecosystem vibrant. This primarily involves bridging science-society, science-science, and society-science gaps, thereby bringing trust, partnership, and responsibility of science at an accelerated pace towards achieving social goals. 1.4 Science Literacy Programs. In this section, we learn various programs related to science literacy. 1st April 2001 Programs for School Students. National Children's Science Congress. National Children's Science Congress, NCSC, is a nationwide flagship program of the DST, Government of India, initiated in 1993. NCSC invites open-ended scientific projects from an individual or team of young innovators based on different themes. It provides a platform to approximately 1 million children aged between 10 and 17 years every year to exhibit their creativity and innovation to address societal problems through the intervention of science. Annually, about 650 projects from across the country participate in NCSC. Vigyan Jyoti. The Vigyan Jyoti program was launched by DST in 2018 for supporting girl students in pursuing higher studies and careers in STEM, eventually leading to a higher representation of women in research. The pilot project was extended further in 2019 with the participation of about 2,900 students. Recently, it commenced a second phase with a partnership with IBM India. On the International Day of Women and Girls in Science on 11th February 2021. To cover 50 more districts, in addition to the existing 58 districts across the country. Vigyan Jyoti activities involved student-parent counseling, interaction with role models, visits to national research laboratories, science camps, scholarships, and career counseling. Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research Program. Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research, INSPIRE, is an innovative program developed by DST in 2008 during the 11th plan with long-term foresight for attracting young talent to the excitements of a creative quest for science as a career option and building the required critical human resource pool for strengthening and expanding the research and development base in the country. The INSPIRE scheme includes three components to facilitate all categories from school students to young researchers to do research. Recently, the INSPIRE Award Monarch, Million Minds Augmenting National Aspiration and Knowledge, has been revamped to align with the Action Plan for the Startup India initiative launched by the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. INSPIRE Award targets approximately 0.2 million school children every year within the age group of 10 to 15 years, that is year 6 to 10, and provides an opportunity to showcase his/her imagination, innovation and creativity through science and technology. About 1408551 INSPIRE Awards, 28,000 scholarships for students in the age group of 17 to 22 years, 2,900 INSPIRE Fellows in the age group of 22 to 27 years and 378 individuals under the Faculty Award for Assured Career have been awarded to encourage individuals to undertake a STEM career and participate in research work since its inception. Currently, under the INSPIRE internship, about 800 science camps have been held, covering about 0.2 million students between 16 and 17 years and the participation of 40 Nobel laureates, alongside 8,000 resource persons. The DST website reports that programs like Manak and Vigyan Jyoti may help girl students to improve their confidence in STEM subjects as so far. Out of a total of 1.386 million Manak awards sanctioned till 2018, about 47% of the awardees were girls. The Initiative for Research and Innovation in Science. The Initiative for Research and Innovation in Science, IRIS, is a research-based program introduced in 2006 to infuse the spirit of discovery, increase interest in STEM and build a robust scientific temper among young innovators of the country. IRIS is an outstanding example of public-private partnership initiated by Intel Technology India Private Ltd, Intel, with DST, and the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum, ILSTIF. The fair promotes and nurtures science and scientific research among young Indian innovators and provides a platform for winning students to represent India at Intel ISIF as the BHP Billiton Science and Engineering Student Awards of Australia. Till date, 113 awards have been won at ISIF by Team India with 127 winners. At Tinkering Laboratories, with a vision to cultivate 1 million children in India as new innovators, Atal Innovation Mission is in process of establishing Atal Tinkering Laboratories, ATLs, in schools to foster curiosity, creativity and imagination in young minds and inculcate skills such as design mindset, computational thinking, adaptive learning, and physical computing. ATL is designed to provide a workspace with equipment and tools where young Minds can give shape to their innovative ideas through hands-on do-it-yourself mode to understand the concepts of STEM. 9,500 ATLs have been granted till June 2022 under this mission in different public and private schools. Science exhibition. Since 1971, NSERT has been organizing an annual national level exhibition, the Jawaharlal Nehru National Science, Mathematics and Environment exhibition, with a view to encourage, popularize and inculcate scientific temper among the children at the state and national levels. The exhibition provides an opportunity for students and teachers to showcase their talents, network and listen to eminent scientists and scholars. Box No. 1.1 Information about the Science Express. Science Express traveled 141,800 km, has had 455 halts, and has been visited by more than 18 million people in 1,602 exhibition days, primarily composed of students and teachers, approximately 45,000 schools, 4.067 million students and 0.22 million teachers. It has thus become the largest, the longest running and the most visited mobile science exhibition, having 12 entries in the Limca Book of Records with extensive media coverage. 1st April 2002 Programs for Teachers. DST and the Department of Education, in collaboration with National Council of Educational Research and Training, INSERT, provides pre-service and in-service training of teachers in the field of science and mathematics. The National Teachers Science Congress, NTSC, has developed and shared an innovative teaching learning methodology in the fields of science and mathematics education. It aims at providing a platform to the science and mathematics teachers educators to communicate their ideas, share new experiments in teaching methodology, science education and enhance their level of scientific awareness. School teachers of upper primary, secondary and higher secondary levels and educators of vocational open schools, teacher educators, diet faculty, science educators, communicators, B.Ed. M.Ed. students, researchers and scientists are eligible to apply. https://dst Government Scientific Programs Center and Socio-Economic Development National Council Science Technology Communications NTSC. 1st April 2003 Programs for General Public. Science Express, a mobile science exhibition, is an innovative mega outreach program of DST, with the partnership of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Indian Railways, Department of Biotechnology, Wildlife Institute and Vikram A. Sarabhai Community Science Center. Masks. Mounted on a 16-coach air-conditioned train, the Science Express was launched at Delhi's Safdarjung railway station on October 30, 2007, with the objective of arousing the interest of young people in the field of science. This unique mobile exhibition has completed 9 phases, which includes 4 phases of Science Express, 3 phases of Biodiversity Special (SEBS), and 2 phases of Climate Action Special (SICAS). 1.4 4 International Programs. International Science and Engineering Fair, ISEF. The General International Science and Engineering Fair, ISEF, is an annual science fair in the United States of America. It is owned and administered by the Society for Science. The International Science and Engineering Fair was founded in 1950 by Science Service, now the Society for Science, and was sponsored by the Intel Corporation from 1997 to 2019. Each year, more than 1,500 students from roughly 70 countries compete in the fair for scholarships, tuition grants, internships, scientific field trips and grand prizes, including $175,000 and $250,000 college scholarships. All prizes together amount to over $4,070,000. The IRIS National Fair promotes and nurtures science and scientific research among young Indian innovators and provides a platform for winning students to represent India at ISEF, the world's largest international pre-college science competition, held annually in the US. Having begun as the Intel Science Talent and Discovery Fair in 1999, IRIS has been nurturing the spirit of innovation among school students in India since 2006. The aim is to infuse the spirit of discovery in school children, increase their interest in science and technology, and build a robust scientific temper among the youth of the country. Fame Lab Fame Lab is a live international science communication competition where participants have 3 minutes to win over the judges and audience with a scientific talk that excels for its content, clarity and charisma. This is a program to support science literacy. It is owned by Cheltenham Science Festival and delivered globally by the British Council. Its partnership with the British Council in 2007 made the competition global, and to date, more than 40,000 scientists and engineers have taken part. 1.5 Media and science literacy. Mass media plays an important role in the dissemination of science literacy. The All India Radio, AIR, broadcasting in 24 languages and 246 different dialects reaches 99% of India's population through over 200 local offices. AIR airs daily news reports on science as well as various programs, including Radioscope, Science Today and Science Magazine. One historical example of a television series with a scientific theme is Bharat Ki Chap, The Identity of India, produced in 1989, and later translated and broadcast in other languages apart from Hindi. It was based on the history of the development of science and technology in India. There are several number of programs entirely dedicated to interaction with the public, where experts answer listeners' questions on the air, such as Kya or Kaise, produced by the NCSTC, or with quizzes, such as Kudaratnama, co-produced by the NCSTC. India Science India Science is an internet-based science bilingual TV channel in Hindi and English, initiated by the DST, Government of India, implemented and managed by Vigyan Prasar, VP. India Science covers the entire landscape of science and technology using interactive and latest formats like documentaries, discussion, demonstrations, experiment shows, quizzes, game shows, science fiction, docudramas, specials and biographies. India Science can be accessed on any device that has internet connectivity, and the India Science mobile app can also be downloaded from the Google Play Store and Apple Store. National Science Film Festival of India, NSFI. National Science Film Festival of India, NSFI, is a flagship event of Vigyan Prasar to celebrate science outreach through cinema. NSFI promotes short films and documentaries on popular science, technology, health and environmental issues, and also organizes a national competition. Professional and student filmmakers are felicitated with cash prizes, trophies, and citations. It also creates a platform for interaction of scientists with filmmakers and encourages public participation. Article 51(a)(h) of the Constitution of India states, it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop the scientific temper, humanism and spirit of inquiry and reform. The Constitution of India is the only constitution in the world which reminds its citizens to develop and practice their scientific temper. Parallel to science education, science literacy plays a significant role to expand the creativity, understanding, life skills of general public and diversity in science, creative and cross-disciplinary platforms of science. Communication may make a bridge for the knowledge transfer between researchers, science communicators and the public. The new STP 2020 also indicate that apart from community-centric programs and regional science centers, science media centers will be established at national and regional levels as an interface between media persons, scientists and science communicators that can enable mainstream media to increase its coverage of scientific topics. 1.6 Summary. Scientific literacy refers to an individual's understanding of scientific concepts, phenomena and processes, and their ability to apply this knowledge to new and, at times, non-scientific situations. PISA, 2018. Science literacy refers to knowledge of science and scientific framework by which people make decisions based on facts, data and proven knowledge, not on opinion. A literate citizen should be able to evaluate the basic scientific information in day-to-day life. Scientific literacy may be different for different individuals and deepens over a lifetime, not just during the years in school, but the attitudes and values established toward science in the early years will shape a person's development of scientific literacy as an adult. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and we will see you with the next chapter.